Hello, and hi friends. How you guys doing? I'm recording on my phone, which I know the volume thing is not very good because this was my husband's old phone. And so I apologize for that if you can't hear me very well. I'm sorry. Today is Wednesday, so today was definitely trash day. We had to get all the trash out. And it was my first time going out to the store since last week, and it felt nice. No, let me tell you, for my locals, the store next to Bad Axe, wow, they did a total 360 with the store. Beautifully organized, beautiful shelves, fully stocked, well worth the trip. Okay, and I found lots of new items today in the two stores that I went to, between the Aldi's and one next to Bad Axe. I found stuff. I found new things. I was so happy. And it had been such a long time since I've been there. It felt like forever. So it felt good getting out. So I will be sharing a Dollar Tree haul with y'all today, this evening. I have to get home and do some things, you know, do some chores and do laundry and cook and what have you, and then I can get myself together to do a share. So I'm looking forward to it, though. I am. I was going through some of my clothes. Now, the weather here has been, again, I spoke about this yesterday, I think, the weather and the extreme weather temperatures going from cold to hot, and I'm just keeping almost basically everything out, right, for all seasons, because I could just pick and choose how to layer. And I did get some clothes from Shein that I need to share with you guys, so be on the lookout for that, for plus size. And there was something else I wanted to tell you. It's like I'm having like brain fog moment. This afternoon is very unusual. I'm kind of like at the far end of the school in line, which is very unusual. There's normally not this many cars out here. It's a good 25, 30 cars out here already. And normally it's only about maybe 5. I'm not too sure what's going on, but yeah, I'm all the way down here at the tail end of it. Yay me. But what I can say is the weather today, because it was raining cats and dogs yesterday. It was raining a lot. And we're supposed to get some more rain today as well, if I'm not mistaken. There was flooding in Allegheny County. They had to rescue an elementary school because one of their waterways went up to 7 feet. So the whole bottom half of the school was underwater. The cars that were parked outside of the school for the teachers and what have you were floating. And they had to do a boat rescue to get the children out of the second floor of the elementary school. Parents, of course, were distraught. They weren't able to get in, but so many miles close to the school to find out that they had to get water rescue. So it was a scary situation for many, for sure. But that did happen in Allegheny County, in Maryland. That happened yesterday. And water is not anything to be played with. I can tell you, I've shared this story before. We were at our marina, and we were having a weather event. So we had gone down to the boat to make sure the lines were secure, because we didn't want the boat to float away. And my husband, you know, he's a real chill kind of dude, really laid back. And he's like, oh, we got time. I said, no, the tide is rising and the water is going to come up. And where our marina is located, when there is a weather event, the water goes into not only the entire marina, but it goes into the community where it's located. So my husband went to sleep, and I was, geeking out inside the boat saying, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, gotta go. He was like, let me sleep. By the time we got out of the boat, the water where I was parked was up to my bottom half of my door, and I have an SUV. I have a Nissan Xterra, so she don't sit low. And it was all the way up to my door where we were. And then he saw I was having like a little freak out moment because I was scared that the water would, push us into off of the marina, So he was like, okay, this is what you got to do. He goes, whatever you do, he goes, you're going to start at a certain speed. Don't stop. Keep pushing the car. Why? As we got closer to the exit, the water had risen halfway up to my door. And he was yelling at me, telling me to keep moving the car. My car was lifted off from the ground and was moving towards the water, towards the off of the marina. I was being carried off. And he was like, keep going, I was like, the car is floating. We're floating. And then somehow my car caught onto the rocks again, because our marina is all rock. Once you get onto the marina, it's all rock. And somehow it got caught onto the rock again, and I started veering my car away from the main body of water, because I didn't want to fall off where the boats were, and we were very close to it. And I was able to veer off, and by the grace of God, we got out of the marina. And even in the community, the water was high, so we got out of the high water, and we both caught our breaths, and we were like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it happened. I was like, we almost got plunged into the water. And it can happen that quickly. And I found that out in the worst way possible. And do not play with water, because it's not a joke. And even if you have an SUV or not, the water will take your car and take you with you, and you will have no control over anything. The only thing we may have been able to do was to jump out of the car and try to swim away. So, mental note, I will never ever do that again. And mental note, I should have just left my husband on that boat, and I should have drove off, and then I could have had let him wade it through that water if he wanted to get off the boat, because the water stood that high until not that night, until the next day, because it was a big water event. It was like a big storm. Yeah, don't play with water. I learned that fast. And once I get home, I have to do a quick cleanup of the refrigerator. Just like a quick one, because there's something in there that has passed its due, and I can smell it, and I'm like, what in the world is in there that's stinking? So I got to figure out what it is, and then after I do all that, I'll be able to do the share with you what I found that was new. I'm really excited about it, though. It's nice to be able to get out of the house and go do stuff. And even though I'm like super sleepy right now, I want to go to sleep. If I could go to sleep right now, I would, because I'm definitely tired. I was up a lot last night because my throat was hurting me. and I was like draining. My throat was hurting really bad on this side of my throat. And I'm kind of just running off of fumes today. But it feels good to be out. I'm glad it's not raining. The sun is out. The sky is blue right now. And if it's warm, it's humid, but it's not raining, which is wonderful. I'm gonna read my book, The God of Endings. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and it's a really good read so far. It goes for $29.99, but I got it for $1.25, and I'm on page number 20. So I'm going to continue to read this. It's a really good book, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.